Are Squarespace forms just not cutting it for you? Sure, they look great and with their native features and built to match the color palette and all that goes with that. And they work great for the most part for what they're intended for. But sometimes there's things that you need done within a form that Squarespace just doesn't offer. That's where Jotform comes into play. Hi, I'm Bryan with Abound Web Design here with another Squarespace tutorial for you. And today we're going to be talking about how to get a Jotform added to your Squarespace website. So let's head on over to my screen and I'll show you step by step how to do this. Okay, so a great example of this would be on the website that I built for Abound Publishing. They just recently, this past summer, had a camp for kids, and it was 4 weeks long, and people would pay per week, and they did different activities each week, and so they could choose which one of the weeks that they wanted to go to, or multiples, or all of them. But they had to pay, and they wanted online, and they wanted to be able, Abound Publishing wanted to be able to take the payment and registration, all that online, and Squarespace Forms just doesn't have this capability. So we used Jotform, and I'm going to take you over to the landing page for that camp now and let you see. So information about the camp, and then it got into the registration form. So you can get all the basic info for the kid. As you can see here, photo release authorization, phone numbers, alternate phone numbers, emergency contact stuff, which a lot of this could be done on Squarespace, but when you get into some of this down here, it's just not possible. So being able to check out through the form, and so they were able to pick which week that they wanted to choose, and then it got into the payment details, and I'm not going to show that because I think it has my card information that it shows on there. Anyway, I'll show you how to do this. So let's get out of that preview. And I'll go into edit mode. And so we'll scroll down to the form where the form's at. And you can see it's just a code block. And so on the code block, I have the JavaScript here that is embedded in that code block that comes from Jotform. So I'm going to go over to Jotform now, and I will log in, and this is the email that they used to set their account up. And as you saw there, I think you probably saw that it is completely free to sign up for Jotform, and I will put a link in the description. It's an affiliate link. Jotform is something that I use all the time, so I have no problems recommending it. It works great. It integrates with Squarespace perfectly, and so highly recommend it. Okay, so on this form right here, you could add your own form, and you get up to, with the free account, I believe you get up to 5 forms that you can create before you have to start paying for a Jotform subscription. Anyhow, so let's go into edit form, and you'll see a little bit about how I put this together. So you would go add element, and then you have all these different elements that you can put in. And so, and you can see what some of the ones here are. You have, just basic things, but then I'm going to show you some of the options you have here too. Appointments, date pickers, phone number, a signature block, fill in the blank, product lists. I mean, you can read some of these here. Drop down, single choice, multiple choice, number, image, file upload, which Squarespace does have now, so that's kind of nice. But they didn't for a long time, so this was even more important to use spinner, CAPTCHA, to make sure that you don't get spam through the forms. Input tables, divider, and then you have those are all the basic ones, and then you have payments. And so these are all the different ways that you can select, you can accept payments through. You see I have a ton of different options here. And then you have widgets. So all these different things you can use in your forms as well. A lot of choices here. So tons of functionality in Jotform. QR codes, show map location. It's kind of endless here. It goes on and on. So you can see there's a lot of different things you can do. It could really make this video last forever here. We'll get into all of this stuff. But you can see, like, that's obviously this amount of functionality is just not going to be available natively in Squarespace. So once you have your form created, you can go into settings, and then some of this you may need to mess with, but then you have publish. All right. And so if you want to share the form with a link or by email or on social media platforms, you have some of these options, but you're wanting to put it in your Squarespace website. So you would want to go into embed, and then all you have to do here is copy this code, and then you head over to your Squarespace website. You would add a code block. Okay, so like if we didn't have this one, so we could just, let's say we delete that. Okay, add a block, code block. And then we want to size this up how we want. And really the vertical aspect of the code block doesn't really matter, because it's going to fill in lengthwise like it needs to. It's the width that matters. And so you want to even it up there, and then you're going to go to the pencil, and then you're going to replace what is in the field there by pasting Command V what you had, and then you will go save, and then you exit, and then we'll go back into full screen preview so that you can see the form is there once again. Then whenever these forms get submitted, then you go back into Jotform here, and you look at your submissions right there, and it shows you everybody that submitted that form. And I'm not going to go into that for privacy reasons for all the people that have already submitted this camp form. But you can look at reports and add it to a folder, all kinds of functionality here. So Jotform is great. Highly recommend it. But if you found this useful, please leave a like and subscribe for more Squarespace tutorials like this one. And if you'd like me to build your Squarespace website for you, you can find my contact information as well as the link for Jotform in the description box below.